Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
This is MJ Graham with Columbus Road Dragons, your home for Road Dragons hockey. Newnan 99 Rock.
Good morning. Welcome to WQEE 99.1. I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is Lyrical Wisdom. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
I am too on this beautiful fall morning.
Glorious day. Glorious day.
Oh, it's been so beautiful here in little Newnan, Georgia. Love sitting out in the mornings now. This is like perfection.
It is absolutely glorious out there. I love the morning. I love the sunrise. It is amazing. And so welcome to whatever this weather is, but welcome to this beauty.
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. It makes me appreciate our Mother Earth.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
So much more.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
So much more, which is a beautiful lead-in for this song that was chosen this morning, because it talks about all over the land. All over the land.
It's amazing. And I love that about this song because I love this song for its lyrics. I love this song for the way it sounds when they sang it. And I love this song for how it almost makes me think of, in a way, mantras and prayers out there. It's so almost hymnal. And I just, I really think... I don't know if that's a word. I think I just invented a word, but I just love this song.
There are hymnals in every church.
Oh wow! Okay.
They're the book that hold the hymns. They're called hymnals.
Oh wow! Well, I think I just misappropriated it, but oh well.
No, it was very appropriate because I do. It was interesting. I think I did discuss with you for a few moments how this song came to me and how excited I am to share this song because I do resonate with that, what you're calling mantra or even prayer. It can be called a prayer. Something that comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
Comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
So, I bet you guys are really excited and you want to know what song we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Should we let them in on it, Bruce?
I think so. They're probably thinking, let us hear it.
Yeah. Okay, so this morning we are going to do Peter, Paul, and Mary's If I Had a Hammer. You want me to read it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'll read it. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger. I'd hammer out a warning. I'd hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning. I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger. I'd ring out a warning. I'd ring out the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning. I'd sing it in the evening, all over this world. I'd sing out danger. I'd sing out a warning. I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. I got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice. It's the bell of freedom. It's the song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. And it repeats it about, 8 times? All over this land?
All over this land. Yes.
Woo! So, what I thought was really fascinating about this song, Bruce, is I kept hearing that first the very first lyric, or the very first, it's not, the chorus is all over, I'd sing out, if I had a hammer,
Yes.
I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. Well, I am in this space of discovering all of me, all that there is to know about this beautiful divinity that lives within each and every one of us. And in discovering, I have found all these beautiful places you can go to receive, I guess, what you call wisdom, knowledge, or peace.
Absolutely,
Peace
yeah.
within.
Yeah.
And you begin to look at these other different kinds of religions and ways of being, and it can open doors for you when you allow yourself to be open. Because so many of us close our minds and we don't even look at other possibilities. So, do you know where I'm going with this?
I think I do. I love to look at this as being open to receive.
Yes, yeah. So when I imagined this hammer, I saw a really big hammer, Bruce. Do you know what hammer I saw?
Well, we actually talked about this last week because the inspiration for this came a good bit before the show today. And so that's why I think that was the fascinating thing, because we were talking about Thor's hammer last week. And I don't want to give away I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. So I apologize. I just,
no, you did.
I hope
that's
that was
it.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
cool.
yes. Thor's hammer. Because a lot of people, even though they may not really understand the really true, beautiful spirituality behind the Marvel, universe, Norse mythology, Odin did exist. Thor did exist. All of those beautiful Celtic gods exist. When those people, that's who they recognize.
Yes.
Just like Buddha, just like Jesus, just like other, different types of religious figures.
Right.
And when you allow yourself to be open and discover runes, very, very ancient way of divination, and beautiful, beautiful definitions and, paths that you can follow through these runes or understanding of what is named mythology, but it's actually, I believe, a very deep religion within the community of the Vikings.
Yes.
So Thor's hammer had a name. It was Mjolnir. I can't speak the language, but it was named. And the thing that struck me was the fact that that hammer was the most powerful weapon created in this world. That's how it's presented. Even in the Marvel Universe, Thor's hammer is the most powerful weapon. Simply because it can, they say, kill a god.
Yes.
Right?
It has abilities that transcend everything. That I feel like the people that actually function with it, it transcends what they even know.
Right.
It transcends what Thor knows about it. It kind of transcends these things. It's like its own living being or living God itself.
Right. Yes, there you go. Thank you.
And
it
so
is.
And that's the really interesting thing about the actual hammer itself is that it kind of has the embodiment of being that
Right. The interesting thing was, when I researched this a little deeper, was that, of course, it's known as the hammer of the thunder god Thor. And he could actually call in thunder. He could, control elements with that hammer. But it is described as both a devastating weapon and as a divine instrument to provide blessings.
Wow.
And I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
I thought it was always just the weapon,
me too.
But it's also known as being able to bestow blessings,
Wow.
divine blessings.
Wow, that is amazing.
Right. And so, for those of you who don't know, real quick, the hammer went to Thor's head, and Thor became pretty much a jerk. Right? He was full of himself because he had that hammer, and he thought I'm indestructible.
He is indestructible because of his weapon. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, he lost his hammer.
He did.
And then he had to find himself. That is when he learned that hammer is absolutely nothing without Thor.
The hammer gets the strength
from Thor. So that's the whole story. It's all within us.
Wow, yeah.
All within us. And this song, I just couldn't get out of my head because I was like,
beautiful.
If I had a hammer, yes, and I do. I have not only a hammer, I've got a bell, right? Right? We all have that bell, the Liberty Bell.
Yes,
we
do.
live in a place called the United States that is centered around this one word called freedom.
Absolutely.
And we have given that freedom away to our job, to our, environment, to our food, to our TVs, to our phones, technology. And once we take a moment to just look inside and realize that, I think I need to, there's a saying about ringing your bell,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
When you get your bell rung, you get your sense knocked in you, right?
And some could refer that as receiving the hammer of God.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And I know that it sounds a little weird to say, but I don't know if that's where beating some sense into something is from. But that's the only thing I can think of, is that some of these bizarro phrases from our past, they must have an origin.
Right.
They must have an origin, because otherwise, why would that make any sense at all? But that's one thing that that's what ringing the bell refers to, correct?
Yeah. And it's, I believe ever since our, creation, we've known because we've been on this beautiful journey of getting back to where we came from.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We all want that connection with our God, with our Creator, with, whatever you align with.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I choose to call it intelligent love.
Yeah.
In divine love, something that you can't, it has no beginning and it has no end.
Wow, yeah.
It just loves.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And which, when you go inside and you find your hammer, because to me the hammer signifies that strength, that solar plexus within the body that allows us to be able to recognize our own power that is within us.
Yes.
And when we find that, then we can hammer all over the land.
And we can ring our
and we can ring our bell, too, all over the land.
We can sing it in the morning.
That's what happens.
Sorry, I just jumped ahead.
Well, no, that's what happens. I believe that's, we come down to the very last part of the song. If I had a song,
Right. Yeah.
I would sing it in the morning. And it's like, okay, well, we all have a voice.
Yes.
And that voice is unique unto us. It is a gift from the Creator, because it is with our voice that we do create here in this world. And this is how we make change, by being able to stand up and speak our truth and live authentically as divine human beings, being divine, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So there's an old saying: don't die with the music still in you. I forgot who wrote that. It was a beautiful saying.
That is beautiful.
And it's all about living life as if it's your last day on earth.
Absolutely.
And that, when you can do that, you let go of all the junk.
All
and
the
you just, you just live in joy and peace and happiness, right?
Absolutely.
And that is when you're singing. To me, that is when the heart sings.
When you're singing, when you're living in joy and happiness and singing your song.
Yeah, you're just singing your song.
And I love that, because in this song it says at the very end, it said, I got a hammer and I've got a bell and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the song about love between my brothers and my sisters. And one of the things that I feel like that speaks to is a word that we use a lot I feel like in this vernacular that we kind of exist in. Maybe we don't all alone. I think a lot of us out there are in the existence of saying the word resonating. We use this word, and I feel like that's kind of what it says in a way. I've got a hammer and I've got a bell and I've got a song to sing all over this land, because it's resonating all over this land.
Wow.
And so that's what I feel like, well, to use the word again, resonates within all of it. And that is something that I feel like you are absolutely, to me, resonating with me, Donna, with the idea of our voice being a gift, and how it can be the thing that resonates between people when we sing, or when we hear music in harmony, and we hear things that are appealing in that way, in song and in frequency. And I feel like that is a very important part of this existence. But I love that reference in here, especially with the bell, because recently I've kind of heard people talking about the fact that if you take a hammer to Stonehenge, there's a portion of the circle of stones that if you smack it with something, it will emit a sound like a bell, and it will resonate. And that's what a lot of the stone circles they're finding are capable of doing, are resonating frequency. And that's like the temple at Hathor in Dendera, I think it is.
Yes.
And that actually has the ability to resonate at the frequency of 432 hertz.
Which is the proper hertz.
And that's the
432.
That's the Temple of Hathor. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And a lot of that is because a lot of these stones have these crystals within them that help that resonation. So with the bell in this song, there is this resonating of these beautiful things, and that is something that I feel like resonates with a lot of us in that sense, is that there are resonating frequencies, voices, song, singing, joy, love, all of these things.
And it's called, they call it the hammer. I've got a hammer. It's the hammer of justice. So, of course, you go straight to like a judge sitting up, in a courtroom banging his hammer,
With the white wig on and guilty.
But it is justice. But it's more of, and I go back to Thor's weapon.
Yes.
It's devastating, but yet it can also bestow divine blessings. So it is all about, and it's funny that this comes in because we are entering, this is the fall equinox, in which we're entering Libra season, which are the scales of balance, of justice.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you're learning how to, do I need to slam the hammer down, or do I need to bestow a blessing? It's all about balance.
I was just thinking that word,
Yeah, and the bell of freedom. Now you were talking about the resonating and everything that the bell has. When you think about that deep inside, I go back to like my high school. I don't know now if they still do that, but there was a bell. I mean, it was like, I think we got out at like 3:20 or 3:30 back in that day, and it's like you're just sitting there watching the clock, waiting for the bell.
Oh my gosh,
because the bell was the signal that you're free. You can go now.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, the bell has been used a lot to symbolize freedom.
We start drooling.
Yeah, it's like, we're free to go. Yay, the bell rang. And for you, when you were speaking of the resonance and the bell, the sound that it makes, it all makes sense, because back to the beginning of why, we're looking for our creator. We're looking for that peace, that love, and that is freedom.
Oh my gosh,
That is being able to let go of all that disruption and discord within the body and the psyche and the mind, the emotional body, all of them.
All of it.
And the bell of freedom.
My gosh, that's beautiful.
Yes,
and if
that
I had a hammer,
simple resonance of a bell, symbolizing your freedom of your own cage within yourself of disharmony, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it makes me think almost of the hammer as being the thing that is the inspiration.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it is the tool of the inspiration, because it is the deliverer.
Right. It's the justice. And you've got to define that for yourself.
I was just thinking that. Oh my gosh, yes. That the definition of justice could be your freedom, justice could be your love, justice could be the justice, or that guy with the white wig saying guilty. It is your definition of justice. Absolutely.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
you have to define your balance in your own life. You've got to put the scales of justice out. It's your heart that's going to be weighed against the feather. Right? I mean, now I'm going to Egyptian pathology.
But that is beautiful, because we were just talking about that.
Yes. And when I believe all of these tools, when you have that hammer and then the bell, it leads to the song, the simple song of love. The love about...
It does.
The love between my brothers and my sisters.
Yes, all over this land.
Yes, all over this
all
land.
Over this land.
Because that resonance you're talking about, it's all connected. We are connected.
We are, and I think
all
it is that
over the
resonating
land.
freedom all over this land that a lot of people are feeling, especially now, in this moment, and in this moment of our existence. It almost feels overwhelming to some that change is coming, or all over this land there is a frequency, a resonating vibration of change.
Yes, and that's when you got to pull your hammer out, because you look at these things called our structures of the government, of, different things, pharmacy, things that are going on in this world, and you have to make the decision. Is this right or not? For me, do I resonate with this?
Absolutely. And you said something about our solar plexus, and I thought sometimes fire, and I thought hammer, fire, forging, hammering out, forging, and forging in fire what we are working on internally so that we can have these moments like this.
Boy, it's hot. And it's sweaty. And it's it's hard.
It
but
is.
You're right. Thor
Yeah.
had to forge his own hammer.
And also forge his own way without his hammer, if
Right.
you will. It's a,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. And that's all about, I believe, going within and
Oh my gosh, yeah.
and finding that balance and understanding justice within your life. And when you get there, that's when the bell rings. That's when you hear that 432 frequency,
Oh my goodness.
which is the heart.
Oh my
And then the love begins to resonate throughout the entire body. And all you can do is sing, right?
All
Like
you
we're
can
doing
do,
right
like
now.
we're doing right now. That felt really good because that was an amazing collection of so much that we talked about today, Donna.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Gosh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
cow.
And thank, WQEE 99.1 FM for giving us this beautiful opportunity to
Absolutely.
be able to come out and find our justice and freedom and be able to sing our
Yes.
songs through these, through the lyrics we're discovering.
Absolutely.
Right,
And
right.
forge our way.
Yes. Yeah.
You know.
Yep. We created our hammer. It's
It-
right here on 99.1 The Key. And our hammer is called Lyrical Wisdom.
It's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
And we would love for you all to send requests
Oh,
to
yeah.
us for new lyrics, new songs to discover. Send that to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Bruce. This
Thank
was
you so much,
another
Donna.
beautiful, beautiful morning. So we've got Thor's hammer here, and we're ringing our bell because we are spreading the love.
Spreading the love.
Spreading the love all over
All
this
over this
land.
land.
Brothers and sisters all over this land.